good afternoon everybody, or good day. Me, Don, with Alan Hudson, the legend from the 70s. I was just one of them bit players myself, but anyway, we won't go down that road. Alan, we had
You're
a game,
legend,
eh?
You're a legend.
In my own mind,
Trust me.
Alright, last night's game, we were both wrong. Brighton, Man U. I felt Brighton would be a little bit tougher than that. I mean, it was an early start for United. They probably, like, once Greenwood got that first goal, it was like they really just dominated the game and took control, I felt, really.
Yeah. It was a great reminder of what I said to you earlier, Don. I told the boys a few weeks ago when they mentioned the lockdown and how long we was going to be out. And then when they mentioned about no crowds, I said, whatever you do, I sit in my local pub with a lot of gamblers.
Most pubs got the gamblers out.
Yeah, yeah, but these people
It's normally a betting shop next door or a pub.
Absolutely. And I said, whatever you do, when they come back, don't bet. And last night it all come home that Brighton went into the game with half a chance, a little bit of a shout, squeak. Yeah. They've been doing all right. And they were absolutely battered, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean, it was
like
a disappointing game all round, really, for the Seagulls. I suppose the one thing I might give them on the benefit of the doubt, they might have just not been fully at it. They got Norwich away Saturday, and they might be thinking, well, save a bit for that. Although they got United at home, they'd beaten the last 3 times they played them in Brighton, but they didn't really show up.
No,
disappointing for them, I feel.
I think your man, you mentioned Pogba, at last he looks like he's interested.
Yeah, he's definitely up. He's definitely up and at him now. He definitely looks as though he, as you say, he wants to be involved in everything. He's confident on the ball, which he always has been.
The player next to him is...
Oh, well, the Bruno, what's your name? Fernandes?
Yeah, Fernandes, yeah.
I mean, he's got 2 goals. Marcus, you're playing 2 wide, Marcus. You're not getting forward enough. You're not
Give
in
him
the
money
danger
back.
zone. How can Fernandes score 2 goals and you're stood on the left? But anyway, well,
you're out.
I've got Danny Ings as well, so I'm not worried about it. I think Danny Ings is definitely making a big play to get this. But Fernandes 2, Greenwood 1. Where's Martial? Where's Rapid? Why ain't they scoring? Is this a sign of things to come?
I can only say that it's
Is that Ollie on the phone?
That's Frank, because Frank phones me out before matches and asks me who to pick. I think it's a great sign when you've got midfield players scoring. I'm not, unlike you, I'm not a big Rashford fan. When they sold Lukaku, he needed replacing. I wasn't a fan of his. They need... The Ferguson days, they had great strikers in there.
Right.
So reliable.
Yeah. Van Nistelrooy?
Van Nistelrooy was the best, but then he had Mark Hughes and he had...
Yeah.
You know...
These 2 guys, I can't work them out. I mean, if I'm a guy who's meant to be scoring goals, want to get in the England team, want to look sharp, he's just like... I could nearly play out there in that position, just getting it, knocking it easy, and on the odd occasion dropping your shoulder and hitting one. Yeah. He's got to get in the danger zone.
I think you made the point this morning, and the most important point was the little Traore of Wolves and the difference between him and Rashford.
Oh, if they played Traore on the left for Man United, he'd be scoring goals and slaughtering the defence.
Yeah. And what it does is...
not going through the motions.
A lot of people don't understand on as well, being a midfield player.
I'm not talking through my pocket, I back to him. I've actually watched and I've analysed how he plays, and he could be such a much better player getting in the danger zone.
Yeah. And, you know, it's great to be able to... I used to love it at Stoke and Chelsea when you're playing with Charlie Cook. You give it him and you could have a rest.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't give the ball away. He'd take people on. You know, Manchester United, they used to give it the best, he'd all have a rest. Give it to Marcus Rashford, he gives it straight back there. He don't give you time. He doesn't do, for me,
he seems an absolute luxury out there, really.
I said to you earlier on, I thought his mind was on collecting money for the kids and all that. Fantastic. But if I was a manager, I'd have said, look, you've got to concentrate. We've got to get into Europe here.
Yeah. I mean, the guys in midfield are basically carrying them right
Yes, without a doubt.
You know, and I'm thinking to myself, well, come on, Rashford, step up. You know, the other guy up there, who got the hat-trick last week, he's got to, like, be a regular, looking like scoring. You can't be relying on midfield guys to come through and score.
No. Mitoni, he had a great strike second half. He, got deflected and. They're the most dangerous players coming from deep.
That's what I'm saying. Martial and Rashford should be the guys that are getting all the headlines.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they're not. So enough about Man U. Other than it's a good win for them. Keeps the pressure on everybody. Keeps Ollie pumped up that they've got good things coming. And obviously 3-0 away at Brighton is a tough game. Yeah, looks good.
Looks great. Looks
so
great on paper.
Congrats to them. And let's hope Brighton can get a little bit better at Norwich and get something and get themselves out the quagmire down there. Anyway, so that's enough of that one. Now today we've got a couple of relegation teams playing. We've got Bournemouth, Newcastle. You know, that should be an interesting game, like Eddie Howe, Steve Bruce. How's that going to go? We know Newcastle at the back play really tight. Look for the quick counter-attack. Will that play into Bournemouth's hands? How do you see it?
I see that you usually look at matches, you say, I see first goal is going to be so vital. If Newcastle score first goal,
up, by the way.
it's going to be a plus.
Extra.
I think first goal's vital tonight. I mean, because they're so low on confidence, Bournemouth. They need that goal to give them a little bit of hope, a little bit of faith.
We know half of their goals have come from set pieces.
Yeah.
You know, there's not a whole lot of open play goals coming from Bournemouth. So, if the set pieces are such that Newcastle drop back and they allow Bournemouth to take a few, maybe they'll get something there. But anything from out the ball.
It wasn't in the early days.
No, they were quick breaking teams, support quick,
tremendous.
You know, shooting from 20, 30 yards
I remember
out.
I went to the game last season down at the bridge, and they were superb on the break. They beat Chelsea 1-0 down there. Chelsea had no complaints.
Right.
They can come out and play, and when they come out and play,
I do think Bournemouth have got that in the locker of like a team that could come alive at any minute.
they need that. Just change.
And I think tonight, against a
goal.
team like Newcastle, we talk about the mid-dib teams who are just floating up and down, looking to improve a little bit, but it's not at the end of the world if they actually don't get no points.
No, not
you
at all.
know. So, you know, that game, in my opinion, is an absolute must game for Bournemouth to get at least a point.
Absolutely.
And hopefully, maybe even 3.
If they don't, if Newcastle score first, I'm going to watch Coronation Street. I'm turning it off because they will not come back. Their heads will drop. If they get the first goal, you will see a completely different team.
Okay, that's fair enough.
The first goal is vital tonight.
So let's move on to the Arsenal. They've got like what on paper seems to be an easy game tonight. Norwich look almost as though they're 100% gone. On the back of a scrambled cup win against Sheffield United, beating Southampton at Southampton. They've had a lot of things go their way in them 2 games to get the 2 wins. You know, Southampton, the player got sent off and the goalie made a howl of or something. And then at Sheffield, that could have gone either way at some point. Right, now they've got Norwich, bottom of the league. This is probably the last possible mathematical chance for Norwich to stay up by getting something at Arsenal. It's not going to happen, is it?
Ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. No. Just, you know, I've been writing the last few days, and I've been writing about miracles, and that ain't going to. That
A great song, that one. Do you believe in miracles?
Very good. Yeah.
Where are you from?
Freddie Mercury.
Oh, was it him? Oh my God.
Freddie Mercury. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
he only was round the corner as well when he was with us. You know, there you are. All right, so
Yeah, I think that one's a no-no. What is there to talk about is it should all go. But if Arsenal don't beat Norwich tonight, then there should be a Stewart inquiry. Yeah?
We've had a few of them this week. One thing I was reading about Norwich, they're the only team in the Premier League that have actually, from a losing position, have never ever got a point. So, you know, if they're 1 down or 2-1 down, they've never scrambled and got anything.
They're good to watch, though.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun, yeah. At least you can see them in them bright yellow shirts, you know, which is good. But I mean, that does indicate that, like, well, hold on a minute, if Norwich do fall behind, they're not likely to come back.
I think in many ways their fans will be hoping, you know, for the end of the season to come, hurry up, because they're pretty decent at coming back up.
Oh yeah, no, they are.
But they're decent at home, and they do well at
As
home
you
in
say,
the
is it
championship.
Delia? She always makes the cake before the
She'll be
season starts.
baking now. She'll be baking.
So yeah, I mean, we're looking at saying, well, the Gooners should have an easy day at the office today. Norwich coming down there. You know, you've got to think that, like, the big guy up front, Abby Babyang, might get a couple with the golden boot scenario coming up.
Absolutely.
That might
I mean,
help
Norwich
them.
ain't going to sit back, are they, surely?
No, I can see Arsenal getting 2 or 3
If
goals.
they come out, Arsenal quick on the break.
Yeah.
And
You've got to think that they've definitely got.
he
too
could
much
get
to
6 tonight, your man,
Oh,
Adebayo.
please. Why are you
Is
doing
that
this?
Adebayo?
Why are you doing this to me? Adebayor, and then they brought him back in. Bayang. Okay,
Yeah,
we'll go with that one. All right, so it's Arsenal for sure there. Another game tonight which is interesting, which, like, I'm not sure which way it's going to go. We've got Everton playing Leicester. At Everton. How do you see that?
You got fancy Everton.
Well,
the
they're tough.
managers turned them round to a certain extent. Leicester were poor against Chelsea. They've been poor since the lockdown. And they've now got the lockdown again up there, haven't they?
Well, in Leicester.
In Leicester.
They're all right in Merseyside.
Well, you don't.
All right in Liverpool.
I
They
don't.
say we're a bit under threat here. Kensington, Chelsea, Fulham. We've got a few little situations. Hopefully, it all gets resolved.
Yeah.
Because you know this is pub talk, and we do know they open on Saturday the 4th,
yeah.
and we will be there.
Well, it's a fourth. It's a
4th of
Independence
July,
Day.
American Independence Day. The pubs
We've
are
been
open.
there.
We got a full thing of football. Can't wait for that. So
No.
hopefully, they don't have a lockdown down here in London. But
No,
anyway,
they won't.
They won't. One thing with
We have
Everton.
to go in the fridge for that's all.
Yeah, really, it's stocked up in there. I've had a look. By the way. If you think this man's got a drinking problem, no, you can't get any more booze in there.
Can't get food in there.
So anyway, Everton, unbeaten in their last 8. They won 4, drawn 4.
They've got the
I mean,
manager.
that, you know, they drew with Liverpool. That was well, you know. I mean,
yeah,
that was a
always,
big
always
derby.
going to get a result. Yeah, that's a. They were double.
Yeah,
at it,
they
where
tried
Liverpool.
double up there,
Liverpool
yeah.
didn't want to get any injuries that game, by the way.
Right, okay.
Because they do go over a bit over.
And I mean, they get a lot of their goals at them as well when they do score in the first half.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to think Leicester are really a bit out of sorts at the moment. Vardy can't score. You know, he's on the old lethal waiting for the 100th goal. You know, he could wait to the start of next season to wait.
See him in the bus stop. No, he said.
Oh,
They might have to keep waiting the way they're going because, I mean, Frank turned them over. Frank done the damage to them. And this
Well, they had a hard game, didn't they? You know,
They had a hard game. They chased Chelsea
Yeah.
all over the field. And this fella, when it comes to managers, this fella can manage.
Mm-hmm. Angelotti.
He can manage. So that's why they've turned around Everton. He's probably one of the 3 managers in the world could do that.
Yeah, I think the Everton fans are quite happy. Obviously, Lewin has got the goals.
Yeah.
You know, he's doing well. You know, you've got to say that he could get the odd one tonight even.
Yeah. I mean, I can't name any of their players.
Well, you got what's Dominic Calvin-Lewin? He's the main man.
Yeah,
with the
I know,
goals.
I've heard of
He's the
him.
main
He-
man with the
he
goals.
makes
So you got him
the-
against really say Vardy.
He makes the
And then-
shirts. doesn't
yeah, he does. Yeah, Tom Lewin. That is his brother.
Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But I like the. He went off board, didn't he? The big Icelandic or Norwegian.
Right, go on now.
Finish.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I can't
He's
think of
I mean, he was a record transfer fee. He looked a good player. Come to Swansea, didn't he? He should have went to a top club. He went there and they just went
Right.
down.
How do you see the game ending up?
I think Everton, if Leicester start the way they finished against Chelsea, then Everton will win.
Right.
I wouldn't bet on that game.
No.
If I had a bet, I'd say Leicester would try and they've got to try and get something out of the game to stay up there.
Right.
They're scrap for a point, Don.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now we got the big game. We got Alan's favourite team, West Ham, playing Alan's old team, Chelsea.
Harry.
This is going to be a double hard game for Moyes' outfit, isn't it?
Well, this is a game that young Frank loves, doesn't he?
What a big connection with West Ham, with Dan himself,
Yeah.
the whole thing.
I
He must be looking forward to going there tonight.
Well, what he's done was
They're not pushing West Ham
in
down
the
if they
early
beat them.
days, Don. In the early days, not a lot of people. These youngsters today, they don't understand how much grief. Well, when his old man phoned me, old Frank, and he phoned me one night. He said, "I need a bit of advice. What do you think about Frank going to Leeds? What do you think there or Chelsea?" He said, "Well, it's got to come to Chelsea." I said, he said, "How he can't?" He said, "Because it's in London. They hate him at West Ham. They were throwing things at him and everything. They wanted him out of the club. When I used to go there and go and see Harry and go after the game, the crowd wanted him out, and all they said, he's only getting a game because of his dad's assistant manager and his uncle's a manager. Look at him now.
Yeah.
Talk about eat your words. Talk about egg on your face."
Oh, he has been brilliant, hasn't he?
Oh, he's
his
been
career.
fantastic.
I mean, at Derby, I watched him when they come down to QPR, funny enough, one of his early days after a couple of months. You could see they were well organised, zipping it about. They knew where they were going to be, where they were told to be. They got width. Now they broke quickly. He actually had Mason Mount in the team at Derby at that time. He was on loan there. But you could see right there and then.
And the other kid, Tamori, he brought from there, didn't he?
Right, okay, yeah.
The defender.
Right.
But I remember pre-season, someone went to watch Chelsea play in pre-season, and he was talking to them before the game, and they were talking about doing things in the game, and Frank got hold of the ball and he showed them how to do it. He had two crossfield balls. He said, "That's how you do it." And it reminded me in Seattle when Alan Hinton would teach them how to cross the ball. He used to show them how to cross the ball, so
Right.
you don't lose it. And you can see, as we said the other day, that they have got his mentality now, Chelsea.
Yeah, I mean, West Ham, London derbies this year. They've lost three of them on the spin. They've never lost 4 on the spin. I think that could change tonight, don't you?
Well, you know they've got to go all out to win it, Don, don't you? You know, but we've said that about a couple of teams this week, and they haven't turned up.
No, but Chelsea are buzzing. You know, this is a game you wouldn't want to be playing Chelsea right
I wouldn't
now.
want to play against
If
Chelsea.
you're down in that relegation zone, this is one outfit you don't want to be playing right now.
No,
because they are firing on all
they're
cylinders.
fine.
You know, there is no doubt about that. You know, you got to think that West Ham have lost the 2 games. Well, home to Wolves didn't score, away to Spurs didn't score. How can we see him scoring tonight? You know.
My mate along the road here in the restaurant, he's took 300 to 1 them to win the Champions League. They're 3-0 down against Bayern in the first leg, but he's had a tenner, £3,000 to a tenner.
Right.
But they're the kind of team that could go and do that.
Right. Okay. Right.
They're going to go there and they're flying. And now is the time for anyone who likes a bet. I mean, we don't gamble, Dom and I, but it's a bet Chelsea for the league now, next season, because when this Werner gets in and the other fella, they're going to be a bit of a useful outfit.
I mean, West Ham have just won 1 in 12. That's it. That's their
Good
stats
form.
right now. That tells you sort of where they are. They've got one thing in their favour tonight, and it's the only thing in my opinion. Obviously, there's no crowd to cheer them on. We know that's a big negative because the Hammers do have good fans. I do like the fans. They make a load of noise. They haven't played for a week. They've had a rest for a week. Chelsea have had 4 games in 10 days. At Leicester, he made a few changes, brought all the subs on, the 5 of them, so he's tried to balance it, give them a little bit of rest here and there. So that is probably the one thing that might be in West Ham's favour. Get at Chelsea right away, and hopefully they get a little yard on top of the game and something good happens early. Because if it don't, I should think it's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long 90 minutes for David Moyes' boys.
I think it's going to be a long night for them.
Now, I'll tell you what I've done tonight, folks. I've had a bet. I've done all the Premier League games, both teams to score at some point. So Chelsea can win 3-1, 4-1. Everton can win 2-1. I hope Norwich do score at Arsenal and Arsenal go on to win.
8-1.
And and obviously Bournemouth Newcastle. Let's make it 3-2. Ready, boys. Then I will be ready for the opening on the 4th.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, any particular game you can see a result on for the people watching now?
Well, I think Chelsea are the team. In all fairness, since Frank taken over, I started to watch him again.
Yeah.
He's turned them into a
They
good.
are entertaining, no doubt.
Last season they were. For 3 years they haven't been. They've been take Hazard out of the team and they were no good.
I thought it was a
William.
terrible thing they done. I didn't think it was quite fair when they bombed David Lewis over to Arsenal. I felt they should have kept him.
Well,
Was that a tactical move from Frank?
I think he sacked him before he signed the contract, Frank.
Oh man, that was a bit of a move, wasn't
Well,
it? The one guy I do like with Chelsea is that Pulisic, Christian. He scored 7 goals. You know, he's not too many people are really talking about him. He's only a young guy. He looks
Well, they
lively.
question him and the other chap. He's a good player, the Croat one.
Right.
They question both these players, but since Frank's been there, they've looked good players.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean Ross Barkley. I
Yeah.
like the way he's come in. When he came there, what was it, last season, whenever it was?
They've been there a while now.
Oh, 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, he's looked all right, but that's all he's looked is all right. Now he's coming on. He looks hungry. He's got determination. He's got his shooting boots on, like yours truly, Frank used to do. You know, he was that
Yeah.
box-to-box player, as you said.
He ain't quite as good as Frank.
Well, no, he ain't. But he's, you know, he's at least, you know, he scored the other day. at
well,
Leicester.
you
he's
can
back in the mix.
I think you can see it with all the Chelsea players.
They all want to play.
They're you know, they really want to get in the side. And you see them on the bench when they got pulled off. They were also disappointed because they know that they got to do it. You know, Frank won't stand for anything less than 120%.
Yeah, good.
And
good.
they've never seen a team so fit.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully we get some good football tonight. Remember, we've got the huge game tomorrow at the Etihad, City v Liverpool. We'll talk about that tomorrow, Alan, as well as all about tonight's results. Do feel we're going to get a few right tonight. I do feel the games Arsenal should win. We fancy Everton to beat Leicester, do we? Definitely, I think Bournemouth will beat Newcastle, and I think Chelsea will beat West Ham.
Yeah, I think the treble's on the card.
The treble's on the card. What's that, vodka, or are we talking It will be on the cards on Saturday, that's
when
for
we
sure.
switch this off.
Sat in that pub, watching the football. Anyway, guys, from Don Shanks Pub Talk, from Alan Hudson, as we say, stay safe, look forward to Saturday, having
Blue
a few
is the
drinks.
colour.
Okay, bye for now.
Blue.
That'll do.
Blue is the colour.